Hello everyone, welcome to the winner semis between Kingbeandip and Goofbrush. I'm being Draco, joined by Lightning Pirate. I don't know what to expect because Kingbeandip just told us, chat, that only start practicing like mere hours before the match. Not playing it for a month.
That's right. He didn't get a chance to practice in July at all and just reinstalled the game last week and just got to practicing this morning. So we are hoping that he will be able to jog his memory as far as remembering how to play this game again. But they've decided to start out on Executioner, which is the same track that they started out on in the group stage. Now, since we are in the winners semis, the winner of this match will move on to face Damare in the winners finals of the tournament. Well, the loser
is going to be knocked into the loser's bracket and face Yam.
So really, both these guys are our main chances of Damare being defeated for the the grand finalist position. But Damare's already beat both these guys in the group stage.
Kingbeandip's off, Goofbrush is off.
And we are off into race one on Executioner. There's our sync pause. And already we see Goofbrush boosting earlier into that red carpet section. But he's going to peek out just before the top. Kingbeandip peaks right there. So they're already offset as far as the boost is concerned, so that they can peak in the tunnel in this Uvo tube and maximize that fast terrain. Kingbean loses the boost on that door there. But that's fine. Still avoiding underheating as we go through some winding tunnels and back into another Uvo tube.
Oh, this is going to be close. Off by just by just 2.21 of a second.
Incredibly close.
Of a second.
First lap time from these guys. Kingbeandip just looking a little hairy on that transition.
Yeah.
Last time it was a death that was a decider. Single death. So hopefully it doesn't come down to that. You see Goof going with with no leap into that tunnel entrance. Well, Kingbeandip, it looks like he's going for the leap strat. Goofbrush seems to have come out with somewhat of a small lead.
Yeah, I think it's from his boost management.
Yeah, after that back half, but he kind of dips into the wall there.
Gonna be another close one.
Oh my goodness.
Kingbeandip now, they're like neck and neck because Kingbeandip was slightly faster than Goofbrush on the second lap, while Goof was slightly faster on the first lap. So they're almost neck and neck.
Yeah, here we go. Lap 3. Nothing has gone horribly wrong so far. And we could be seeing an incredibly close finish at the end of this. Goof catching fire.
Catches fire.
As he enters the tube, he manages it, repairs it without panicking. And both have survived the third lap, Uvo tube, to kill players.
Kingbeandip catches fire. no idea what to expect.
Ooh, rubs the wall a little bit. But they're
That
still
fire mine had just done it.
they're still really
I have no
close.
idea.
But yeah, he's probably not. He's ending up with not as much heat.
349, 350.
Ooh,
Oh my God!
half
It
a
was close all the way to the end.
of a difference.
What a crazy way to start the match.
All right, Goofbrush takes the first point for this best of 13 match. And with a 349, he's not the first. Let me check here. He's not the first to get a 349 in tournament. In fact, I think it was Domare in his match with Goofbrush who got the 349.982. And actually, Goofbrush beats that with his 349.956. I had to double check there. So yeah, that is in fact new tourney record.
We have the burner bands now in. King Beandip banning Podracing and Mongaza Speedway. Goofbrush banning Rabine and Fire Mountain Rally.
And for the temp bans, King Beandip temp banning Anakin Skywalker, and Goofbrush temp banning the Bunta Classic.
We're going to Sunken City.
Sunken City full track. This kind of mirrors their last match where they went to Aquilaris Classic for the second pick. So it's fun to see another Aquilaris map here. A not often played one. Sunken City, I think, is one of the least played in tournament. King Beandip currently holds a 4-minute and 2-second record here. Or not a record, but a second place position on the leaderboard in tournament. This is definitely a strong track for him. I gotta say, for not practicing all that much in the past month, King Beandip still looking incredibly strong, and definitely sealing his position here in the winter semis.
Looks like he retained a lot more than I thought he did.
Yeah, I believe in our setup here. He remarked, it's like riding a bike. In the Discord before this match, I know Goofbrush was posting some stuff he found on Bumpy's Breakers for the skip. So I'm wondering if he might be wanting to go there later in the match, depending on how things go. But I have a feeling this is not the last we'll see of Aquilaris.
Perfect sync.
A perfect start to race 2 on Sunken City. See both of them getting nice and tight into the walls. The King Beandip with a better start. It's a little bit, but it all evens out. And it again, another difference in boost patterns. This nasty, rusty, this tight Sunken City shortcut there always gets a little tricky.
Whoa! He crashed into the upper track.
Yeah, he caught a bit more air there, but he's still tearing up the course, and it's into the figure 8 to close out lap 1. King Beandip likes to go right there, while you see Goofbrush on the left side.
Just over a half a second lead for Goofbrush.
Yeah,
Still, anything can happen.
things haven't been more than a second apart so far in this match.
Wow!
Except for something like that happening. Goofbrush seems to have caught on the door. Is that what happened?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's going to be,
King Beandip with some nice saves there.
yeah. Goofbrush has to catch up now. Or count on a death from King Beandip.
King Beandip is known for being really aggressive, but also really calculated with the aggressiveness too.
Yeah, he's a fierce competitor, and he's been in every tournament since we started this whole thing in 2019 with the 20th anniversary. Oh, Goofbrush! Oh no, pinballing on that uphill tube, and he gets another death.
Whoa!
Wait a second.
Saw an angle coming.
So there's a death from King Beandip to start to even things out here.
But still, because King Beandip crashed only once and Goofbrush twice, he's still in the lead by a death.
Yeah, he still has this whole bend ahead of him. See,
Yeah, I agree.
Goofbrush having
what this.
better luck on the door there.
Okay.
The shortcut goes fine, but a little tricky for both.
Yeah, I agree.
Goof rubbing that outer wall.
Okay, King Beandip is right out of the spots to crash in.
Oh, no, he's not. No, he is not.
It's now even again.
That's Goofbrush in the lead. And he laps his AI opponent. Oh,
Yeah, oh no!
King Bean with another death to seal it. Here's the figure 8. And Goofbrush takes it. Oh, I can't believe that King Beandip had this race at the Grand Arena.
Yeah.
We thought he was out of places to die. He had the lead, and they racked up 2 more deaths after that.
Wonder if the lack of practice is starting to show now.
I don't know what it was, but yeah, it could just be some rust on our rusty sunken city that got to him. All right, that is a second point to Goofbrush. King Beandip still has yet to see his first win.
Howard George.
And for our band phase, King Beandip temp band Team Toe. Seems he's thrown away his bands. He knows it's going to be a Ben match. That's definitely what both these players are strongest on. And Goofbrush temp band the Boonta Classic yet again. Howler Gorge, yet another seldom played track in tournament. These guys are hitting all the the least favorites in this match so far. All that's left is Fire Mountain Rally.
Which was banned permanently by Goofbrush.
Oh yeah, so sadly we will not be seeing that since it is definitely one of King Beandip's stronger courses.
Goofbrush basically banned all the tracks he's really strong on in Grabbing, Fire Mountain, and Boonta Classic.
Oh yeah, all those tracks that are known for being long and very deadly. So between Executioner, Sunken City, and Howler Gorge, we've seen the middle track of each planet be played here. So that means they got to go to Death Throes next, and Spice Mine Run. As you see in warm-ups here, definitely not the easiest course, especially where Goofbrush is trying to maintain that heat and avoid underheating, as well as that nasty tent shortcut. And maybe even a death on those little slot sections there. All right, we are about to kick off race 3 in our best of 13 on Howler Gorge.
Here we go.
All right, we're off into race 3. And we see similar paths here to get the straightest line possible. And here's where it's going to be difficult to avoid that underheating, but both manage not to.
Oh,
You see Goof just overcorrecting there with the ice. He knew he had to steer left, not that much.
It was going to crash there too.
Oh, man.
Here we go. The 10th shortcut. And
Oh,
I'm amazed King B right that. I thought from that angle he would have crashed.
that looked really bad on my screen, but he's
It looked bad on my end too.
just fine.
Looks like he took a different path.
Yeah, King Bean keeping his heat up high, as does Goofbrush. Just barely underheating. And it's into the middle of the race here. Goof still down, still trailing because of that death. The King Bean Dip looking clean.
Boosting through the slalom, Goof going for the slot.
And the third lap tent goes fine for King Bean Dip with a 105. Goofbrush also with a 105 even to close out his lap 2. Oh, looking scary for Goof, but everything's fine.
Looks scary for both of them, to be honest.
All right, this was the exact same position King Bean Dip was in last race on Sunken. He was ahead by a death. So hopefully he can close this out to get a point on the board.
Boosting for the slalom.
And
He's did it this time.
Yep, does it
20.
just fine. Completely deathless, right? Or was there?
I was deathless.
All right, yeah. So King Bean Dip with a deathless howler and a 5-second difference to get his first point. Now only down 1.
Your first bang Ben, taking King Bean Dip off the meta.
King Bean Dip now on the temp track banning side, thinking long and hard about what he wants to keep Goof off of here.
Spice Mine Run.
Does not want to go to Spice Mine Run with Bulls.
NW Mountain Run.
As a potential pick here, and it's NW Mountain Run, full track, no forces. So we are going back to Ando Prime for the longest track of this planet.
With Ben Bulls is the fastest here, but he's supremely difficult to use on this icy track.
Yeah, it's got similar difficulties to what we just saw on Howler, in addition to an intense glacier back half with a winding path. Goofbrush adjusting his upgrades, but Domray suggesting we might see a Mars pick instead of Bowls. And yeah, there we see it from Goofbrush.
Remember what first run of beating the Ruder time of this, which was really bad, one of his worst times. I remember back when I first started running this game in 2008, I actually held the world record for this track with Mars Guo.
Oh, okay. So it's Definitely a retro pick here before the bend meta really quick. And yeah, there we see King Bean Dip going with the riskier pod choice in Bull's Roar, who beats Mars by speed, but his traction and turning make him just not the swiftest turning pod, and actually a much looser feel.
He goes out of control easily on the ice.
Here's that canyon section. See Goofbrush actually tearing it up with Mars Guo. He's gonna have to look out for that 10 shortcut with his wide pod.
Once he's out of it, he can get his gripping, get a line better.
Yeah, I don't recall either of these guys really having that much difficulty with the tent entrance. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Going back to Ando Prime yet again.
No idea what's going to happen here. Yeah, Mars, which is super wide, which can be problematic on these narrow ones. But then you have Bowles, who has just atrocious handling, particularly on the ice and corner sections, and particularly this crevasse section that Goofbrush is in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things stack up, but you always love to see a pod mismatch.
Here we go.
All right, we are off into race 4 on Andovi Mountain Run. Definitely a different course there. Yeah, already a different path here. We see King Bean Dip going right, while Goofbrush stays left. And King Bean Dip emerges just slightly ahead, if not evening things out.
Oh. I saw that crash coming from the angle.
Yeah, he steered too early, and the wall just sent him out to his death.
Now he's going right into the hardest section with Bowles.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to see how he does in this back half. He's gonna have to really slow things down to not rack up some damage. Yeah, he's down to 400 there, but not as bad as I expected.
It's a new lap record.
That's really where Bowles is going to lose his time here, and already a death behind. It's not where you want to be losing time at all. Just barely grazing that ceiling, which has claimed some players who get a little more height than expected.
Yeah, it's easy to do though with Bowles when his traction's so low.
Yeah, your traction works in 3 dimensions. So, wait a second.
Well, that's a bad space to crash because you lose your boost ability. And King Bean Dip catches fire. We're now even again.
Yeah, we saw Goof just clipping that left edge. But yeah, things have evened up here into the back half, into the canyon. But this is where Goof is probably gonna... No!
Whoa! That's what Mars's whiff can do to you.
And King Bean Dip back in the lead. Things
Was very little momentum.
Yeah, things were getting exciting as they evened up, but yeah, that's another death that set them apart.
And Mars is the slower pod, so but who knows? We won't know for sure because why he would lose the boost completely there. He did it.
Yeah, it's this middle winding section where Mars can catch up a little bit compared to Bulls, but we see King Bean Dip still maintaining that lead as it closes.
There we go.
Goof had a little trouble last time. He's not tilting.
Yeah, way more careful.
But he is watching those caution taped edges just to stay alive. And here's the final canyon to decide it.
Ooh.
Taking some bonks on the walls. Goofbrush, ooh, really tearing it up, keeping that
It's gonna be
speed.
close.
Oh, things are evening out. Oh my goodness.
Really, really close. I don't know who.
Holy.
Mars by, let's see,
Look at that.
less than just over a tenth of a second difference.
Yeah, Goof just barely takes it with 1500 or yeah, am I saying that right? 1500ths of a second. Oh man. And that's a third point for Goofbrush. King Bean Dip back down to 2 down. And for Adobe Mountain Run, oh wow, yeah, Mikey had the best non-bend time with Mars Guo with a 3:59. So yeah, definitely a lot of potential there that I hadn't noticed for Mars Guo.
Vengeance.
So yeah, for our ban phase there, King Bean Dip again throwing away his pod ban on Bozzy Baranta, and Goofbrush again on the Boonta Classic. It's going to basically be his third permaban. Goofbrush not happy with this pick of Vengeance.
Goofbrush is like, why? This will be embarrassing. King Bean is not too confident in this pick either. He said, I estimate I have a 40% chance of winning this one.
As we said, calculated.
Why, dog? You had to do the Han Solo line, never tell me the odds. That is honestly hilariously appropriate here. This track is one of the deadliest in the game. Almost, it's pretty insane if you go deathless in tournament on this track.
Yeah, runners are going to average around a little over 2 deaths per race here. And it's mostly thanks to those tight sections, the really tight, narrow passages, and this tube that energy binder Goof just passed. A lot of stuff is thrown at you in this course for an amateur circuit track.
And it can kill you practically everywhere.
Yeah, with King Bean Dip picking this one, it seems he's confident in his ability to emerge deathless, hopefully. Both of them got Fud Sang out here to clear up rocks and push them a little further left at the start line.
I had no idea what to expect. You can't call this until the final lap.
And here we are into race 5 on Vengeance, where things are going to be heating up. That cog shaft section also.
Well, this is really dicey. That reactor core beam will even kill you with invincibility on.
It does not care what cheats you have enabled. It will still make you die.
Oh!
Wow, King Bean Dip going with a spin maneuver there to close out the Vengeance tube. And he closes out.
101.86, 102.89.
Yeah, a full second ahead for King Bean Dip out of lap 1.
Eee!
There's that figure 8 King Bean Dip not.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's staying on the left.
Goofbrush might be slightly ahead from that slight fog. Oh, Goofbrush bogged slightly. Oh, it's nail-bitingly close. Oh no, who's ahead now?
Yeah, goof on higher heat into the tube. When you want to maximize your fast terrain here, get that better average speed. You see kingbeandip having to start boosting already. But he's still ahead by pretty much that same amount.
.101.67, 102.12.
Yeah, we see the gap somewhat closing in the lap time there, but still, that's kingbeandip with more of a lead out of lap 2 and into lap 3. Oh, that figure 8.
Okay, this part can kill you. Oh, they both scrape there. That thing can kill you so easily.
Yeah, that tight bend. And it's into the final Uvo tube of evading that reactive core beam.
Oh!
The lap 3 death from kingbeandip on his pick. And goofbrush.
305.
Oh,
think he
takes
just-
it. Oh. Yeah, just the one death from King Bean. So that is Goofbrush's 4th point in our best of 13. Kingbeandip now down 3 in a rough position. All right, here comes our ban phase. Kingbeandip temp banning Fud saying for just, you know, probably causing him that death and vengeance there. And Goofbrush, the Bunta Classic, as expected.
Oh, man.
Looks like Kingbeandip was thinking about Grabvine, which is sadly banned for him. But instead, he's going to Malistaire 100. And this is not one that we've really seen Kingbeandip pick that much. In fact, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of his favorites like Baru Coast and Endoprime Centrum that aren't banned. But he probably knows that Goof has something prepared for those with leaving them open. All right, just warming up here on Malistaire 100, which is based off of Sonoma Raceway. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is basically a copy of a real-life California track with that nasty hairpin at the end of it.
And that's the deciding factor of the track, pretty much. Have to go minimum frame rate, minimum traction here, because that is optimal.
Yeah, you got to maximize your sliding ability to really make the most of your speed through that section. Domare and Kingbeandip flooding our chat with gifts here. Yeah, Knock, I should have clarified that it is not to scale the same Sonoma Raceway. It's probably much larger. Goofbrush bringing along a dead bolt. And it's into race 6 we go on Malistaire 100. There's our sync pause. And Goofbrush taking that little bit of fast terrain on that.
Here we go, the hairpin.
Goes just fine. Goofbrush draping a little bit on that outer wall.
Off by 0.15 of a second.
Yeah, just about 0.2 between them on lap 1. Things are looking really close so far, but it's always the hairpin to watch out for. Goof is gonna again. Oh, not. Never mind. He's gonna ignore that fast terrain.
What?
both
I
just,
thought King Beandip would crash into the middle portion of the pin.
oh,
Practically
yeah,
tied now.
that same 2/10 apart. But it's really that third lap hairpin to look out for. Goofbrush does pick up that fast trail and not.
Let's go.
Oh, that.
Oh, both apart for Goof. Black flag at the last lap, Goofbrush was, and King Beandip takes it with a 145.
Man, okay. Going for that fast terrain on the third lap, and I think it just upset him because when he had to come back to the main track, he went too wide into that wall, and it just upset things from there. But up to that point, it was looking incredibly close. That is 0.2 for King Beandip, and he's managed to climb back up, or starting to climb back up.
Ben Ban, a Spice Mine run ban coming again. Run back Mouse over 100 with skips.
Wait a second. Malister 100 with skips. You know what this means?
We're going to see Neo Key out of him.
Is Goof really going to do this? Or is it like a fake out? Because if I were King Beandip, I would totally ignore the skips and just do the full track. Because you still have a good chance. Oh, man. Wait,
Yep,
he's really doing it.
I think he's going flat out for it. Yep, he's going flat out for it with Neva.
Oh, man. He's going to deliver. All right, watch Goofbrush's screen here as he sets up for, I think it's the only skip of this kind, this sort of bounce glitch or MFG, where you sort of manipulate the bounce function to get a super amount of, like a massive amount of height as you launch into the air. And Goofbrush has proven that it's possible. You see him intentionally dying there. He sets up into this position where the game thinks you're falling. And at a certain point, it's going to bounce him. But, you know, a lot can go wrong. This isn't the most consistent thing in the world. But it's definitely one we haven't seen before in tournament, I don't think.
And King Beandip totally ignoring the skip and going with balls. King Beandip just said in chat, if you pull this off, I should just forfeit.
Mikey asking, is Goof for real here? This is an incredible pick to make. He's got to be extremely confident to know that he can beat a full track time here. He's gotten King Beandip off of Ben, which is smart. But yeah, let's see how it goes again for him in practice here. So if you're looking at the screen wondering what the heck's happening, the game is thinking that he's falling infinitely. And at a certain point, it will reverse his gravity into a bounce and send him flying into the air, at which point he will be able to complete the lap midair in a much tighter fashion. It's a difficult one to explain unless you watch it. We haven't yet seen him do it in warm-up, so I'm kind of nervous for how this is going to go. Not that he really has the time to charge up his bounce like that. Like, you have to sit there for a long time. All right, here we go. Race 7 on Malister 100 with skips. Goofbrush on Neva Key, and you know why. All right, there's that intentional death. Uses the iframes to set up there. And here he's going to sit and charge as the game believes he's falling. And at a certain point, like watching popcorn pop, he's going to launch into the air. And it takes a while. So you're thinking, what the heck is Goofbrush doing? kingbeandip is now closing out lap 2 with a 36-second lap time. But it's going to happen.
There it goes.
There he goes. He launches into the air. He has to get the spline position. You see the lap counting there. The first lap with a 1 minute 30, but the second lap is a 6-second lap. And here he lands. He's below the track now.
He gets
And
it.
he finishes it with the 143 and beats kingbeandip. Yeah. I can't talk. He beats kingbeandip with the maximum fall glitch or bounce glitch with an incredible best lap time there of 5 seconds. Never before seen in tournaments. That is definitely one to clip. Where can this match possibly go from there? Goofbrush now with, he should have, 5 points.
Yeah, I already updated to 5-2.
Okay, cool. Goofbrush now back up 3. And it's kingbeandip. He's not happy about that.
No upgrades.
Yeah, he banned Slide Pyramida, Goofbrush again, the Boonta Classic, but Abyss no upgrades. It's not one we've seen a lot. Let me check. Yeah, Abyss is so often banned that you hardly ever see it in any capacity, but on no upgrades even. It's a very rare pick.
You also have to check to see if the pods are stock being no upgrades.
Sticking with bowls for the no upgrades meta. Still can't believe Goofbrush pulled that off. That's incredible to see.
Oh my god, full track this thing is frightening because if you fall off the top level, you'll lose like at least half a minute with no upgrades. There we see kingbeandip falling.
Yeah, this is the infamous track from everyone's childhoods that was a pain to beat because of this unique track design. That's a lot of people call it sick. And over the top, losing that top position means you have to go the long way.
Tend to call it the penalty lap in the community. And it's also why I cannot call any one of this track a race of this full track until the final lap.
Yeah, it's great for a tournament setting because anything can happen. But going here on no upgrades has only happened one other time between Mikey Burger and Digital Unity in 2020. So we're finally seeing another no upgrades time on Abyss.
Have no idea what to expect here.
Did they both get the start boost?
Uh-oh!
Uh-oh, Goofbrush already on the lower section trying to climb up. But we saw that does not work out. Oh, that's a rough start to this one. Race 8 on Abyss, no upgrades. Oh, and he tries again, but he knows no dice. He's going to have to go the long way. Oh, man. Oh, wait.
Well,
There's a
nowhere near as damaging though as what Goof took.
Yeah, but like you said, even with all that, you still can't call it. Like, things could go just as poorly for King Bean Dip on the second and third laps. Oh no! Whoa! Wait, and he got.
That is a what did I just see with that respawn?
That was just such a series of events on Goofbrush's screen there. I can't even describe.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh no!
Oh, just racking up the deaths here with no upgrades on a difficult track. Full upgrades.
It's a new lap record.
A minute 39 for his first lap. Oh, he's going to do his best to stay on top this lap, which it seems King Bean Dip also managed to do. King Bean Dip on his third lap upper. No, Goofbrush with another death. This is probably going to seal it if King Bean Dip stays up here.
He gets it. It's
And he
sealed.
does. Yeah, to come back from where Goofbrush is right now, still in his second lap, still has a whole lap to get through. Yeah.
It's a new lap record.
King Bean Dip.
It falls off again. Oh no!
Oh man. Yeah, truly not one of the picks Goofbrush was expecting.
What
and
the?
Wait, he gets. Wait, no.
No!
Oh, come on.
Oh no!
Oh. He just almost had it. Oh man, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, King Bean Dip takes it. And that's going to be 0.3 for him in this best of 13, first to 7. He knows he's got to climb back up. The Goofbrush already with, and that's a DNF. Yep. He's forfeiting. He's saving our time here. He's respecting the audience. And he sees King Bean Dip submit his time. All right, moving on into race 9. Things, heating up as King Bean Dip still down 2 points, and Goofbrush just 2 points away from victory.
Bull's Roar, Spice Mine Run, Sabola's Legacy, no upgrades. Oh, this is interesting. Forcing off the no upgrade meta.
Okay, so yeah, staying on no upgrades, but taking it to Sebulba's Legacy.
But banning Bulls, which means the fastest pod here is Ben.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. And this is a pick that we haven't seen before in tournament. No one's ever gone to Sebulba's Legacy, no upgrades. So this will be the very first time. Yet again, another unprecedented race in this match. I believe Goofbrush currently holds the tournament record here as far as max upgrades goes. With a 152. But we're going to be seeing a much different pace here on no upgrades.
So King Bean Dip just said in channel, so to be honest, I did not expect free points.
Yeah, referring to his score there, I definitely thought Goof, or I don't know, I guess he was assuming he himself would have a poor performance considering the amount he's practiced, or rather hasn't practiced in the last month. But yeah, you still love to see a close match with a lot of back and forths and a lot of exciting picks too. These guys have delivered on. Looks like King Bean Dip not dropping down to that lower path at the very end of the lap. I wonder if that's his plan here.
Here we go. first ever run of Sabola's Legacy. No upgrades.
In our race 9, best of 13, there's our sync pause. Yeah, and I'm curious to see kingbeandip in the end of the lap here, what he does.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, taking just a little too much speed into that wall there. Oh, man.
Really easy to do. That's
Yeah, kingbeandip not dropping down, staying on the upper level.
oh no!
Another death.
Literally, like he landed and crashed.
Yeah, things off to a very poor start here for Goofbrush. And kingbeandip
doing
remains clean.
real cautiously.
Yeah, remains clean through these trickier sections. Staying on that upper level, probably a good choice on no upgrades. Well, Goofbrush, does he make it? He does. Avoids the mistake of dropping too early and clipping like he did lap 1. But still, being 2 deaths behind, there's not much to do here except pray your opponent will or somehow use the force to sabotage your opponent from across the galaxy.
Kingbeandip's going all out because of the booster.
Yeah, he's got to use up the remaining heat here. And that's going to do it. Kingbeandip takes 2 wins in a row, and he is now at 0.4, so only down 1. Closing that gap.
Oh my god, that was. Oh, did you see what he just look at what Goofbrush did for his username for no upgrades? Watto the Hedgehog.
Wait, what?
Look, it's Watto the Hedgehog.
What? All right. All right, back into the ban phase. Same thing we see with Goofbrush on the picking side, with him banning Ben, keeping kingbeandip off of Ben, and kingbeandip again temp banning Spice Mine Run.
Well, kingbeandip also set a new world record for free lap no upgrade Sabova Legacy. Or seeing another no upgrade force coming.
All right, so scratch that. It was a Bull's Roar temp ban. And yeah, here you go.
We should see a Benmir again.
Ando Prime, no upgrades. Wait, knock? Confirming that that's a world record for Saboba's Legacy, no upgrades. So a world... Okay, so not only did we see the first ever no upgrade Saboba's Legacy in tournament, but also a world record run. Insane stuff. Kingbeandip does not believe it since he was there with Ben. I like this pick from Goof because since it's one of Kingbeandip's favorite picks, if Goofbrush takes this, Kingbeandip will be forced to use his run back if he wants to go back here, and potentially a force point if he wants to go back here with skips. But I don't know about staying on the no upgrades for Goof, because that hasn't been going well for him, as we've seen.
I'm not so sure because it's done so little and almost everyone does it with bowls.
Yeah, exactly. Let's pull up the leaderboard here. Prime Centrum, no upgrades. Yeah, has only been done two other times, and all times have been with bowls. So many firsts in this match. Too many to count, but you'd love to see it. All right, both these guys still just warming up here on Prime Centrum. Looks like they're ready to be a lot of no upgrades hate in the chat here. It's okay, guys. We can't be biased. A lot of people can't afford upgrades, so you got to play with what you got. All right, looks like our race is incoming. And we're off into race 10 in this best of 13 with kingbeandip just down 1 point. He's managed to claw back from being down 3 points twice. And we're back on no upgrades. Flying through that section that doesn't have collision for some reason. Well, it does, but it's much lower.
Whoa, who makes kingbeandip survive that?
Yeah, losing his boost there, looking a little hairy, and then goofbrush on the cooldown still.
Yeah. And there he goes. He's no upgrades. The boost patterns are really critical because your cooling is so much worse. But because of how Goof managed his boosts, he's now in the lead.
I'm liking not seeing any deaths so far for no upgrades. Looks like this is a stronger one for Goof.
Yeah, I feel a bit more comfortable here. Looks like he got thrown on a whack by those crashes on Saboba's Legacy.
Yeah, he's managed to reset mentally here and deaths-wise, cleaning things up and maintaining a lead so far.
His boost patterns are better, but I can see kingbeandip trying to tap out before the fast terrain. Well, kingbeandip, goofbrush is gutting down it. Oh no!
Wait a second. kingbeandip just clipping the corner there. Oh, and sadly, he will now be down a death.
And he was already behind due to boost timings being off. Yeah, and boost timings are way better than kingbeandip's.
Yeah, here we come into the end of lap 3, and it looks like
325.
The engine fire there. Goof takes it thanks to kingbeandip's death. The tragic death on that downhill as it clipped that corner. But that's 0.6 and match point for goofbrush now into race 11. In this best of 13, goofbrush commenting that he took that brakeless first try. Am I understanding that correctly? All right, match point. Goofbrush 6, King Bean Dip 4.
King Bean Dip banning Subulba for their classic band.
This is King Bean Dip's last chance to use his 3 remaining force points and 1 run back if he wants. And I'm wondering,
Doing Zugga.
Zugga with what? This is a favorite of King Bean Dip's. Actually, scratch that. It's not not really in his top half of tracks, but he's still considering his pick here. King Bean Dip considering throwing skips on Zugga Challenge, even though he didn't prep it at all. Okay, he didn't. We're just going full track Zugga Challenge. Goofbrush, not excited about that. Yeah, Goof, regretting that he didn't pick this sooner to take it from King Bean Dip and throw on conditions that were more favorable to him. Okay, so full track Zugga Challenge. We're back to upgrades now. And it's Domare, who's the record holder here in tournament with a 419, while King Bean Dip holds the second place on that leaderboard. Oh, Goofbrush seems to have had a second max fall glitch, or that bounce glitch that you saw on Malicera 100 here. He had one prepped, and he's not happy about King Bean Dip taking this pick here.
Good pick by King Bean Dip then.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. But yeah, taking that from Goofbrush, who does not have a run back to use now. So that is completely out of the question for Goofbrush. Yeah, Goof saying he got the 3-lap 30 times in a row on Zugga Challenge. Incredible consistency for that skip. Goofbrush breaking all the tracks. This bounce glitch. And just warming things up here. Looks like they're ready for a nice full track Zugga Challenge. Can't believe we kicked things off an hour and a half ago. A little bit over that. And we're still just on the verge of the end of the match. Thanks to those 3 no upgrades picks in a row. But we're off into race 11 on Zugga Challenge. And King Bean Dip with the classic death right out of the gate. Oh no. This is his to win. He picked it. He's got to do it to keep Goofbrush from winning here. It's his match point. And starting off with a death like that is no good. All right, going with that left. What do people call this? The corkscrew? As it sort of winds in on itself, but got to be cautious of taking them too tightly. King Bean Dip playing things safe. So he knows that death has set him behind, but also this dozer.
Oh my God, how did you survive that?
Clips right through it. Miraculously. It's going to be a 132 lap time with a death. Yeah, King Bean Dip knowing that dozer pattern's going to be offset thanks to that death. So that's going to be something to watch out for in lap 3.
But even a deathless pace, like dozer can be in a very precarious spot on the final lap.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of players Uh, don't have the best dozer awareness, so it's important to study,
Yeah.
me included, especially.
Yeah. Yeah. Your match between you and Zell in 2020, you have both crashed into the dozer at the same time.
All right. Oh,
Oh my god! That's not a good spot to die either because of how steep the hill is.
yeah, Goof. We see that happen too. That ceiling there will throw you into the wall if you get too close to it. Goofbrush clips through the treads, and things have evened out here at the end of our lap 2. All right, it's all down to this lap. If King Bean Dip
Yeah.
can hang in there,
Probably gonna come down to the dozer at the current rate.
yeah, hopefully it's the dozer, not anything else like what we just saw for Goof.
Bad spot to die since he died on the uphill, so it was very hard to regain momentum there.
Both these guys can feel the heat as both know they're at a death end and have no idea how their opponent's doing. They know that stakes are high. And here's that section where it's coming up. Here's another part where you can die if you don't tilt there. Here's that section. Goof, no, not again.
Guys, again!
No.
On the hill! That cost him more time than a typical death because of the slope.
He repeats his lap 2 mistake. And again, that nasty ceiling throws him into the wall. Goof, King Bean managing
And Goof slams into the dozer. We're on to match 12.
King Bean Dip closes it with a 427 with the 1 death. Goofbrush. Oh, man. Adding on 2 deaths there in the end. Oh, man, things were incredibly close there into lap 3, but that stupid ceiling for Goof just had to wreck things. So unfortunate. But guess what? We are at 6-5 now. Or what are we at? Yeah, 6-5.
So we're on race 12.
Race 12, and it's still Goof's match point. Goof frustrated that he doesn't have any runbacks to use on Zugga there for the skips. That was totally a pick he was going for. So he's got to win it somewhere else. Where does he go? The King Bean Dip still can't believe he's doing this well versus Goof.
I think King Bean Dip expected to lose this 7 knots, being 7-0.
Yeah, and we've seen something incredibly different from that prediction. A lot of the predictions, though, are pretty much 50-50 between these guys. You see, like half of the predictions thinking Goofbrush would take this one, and half saying King Bean Dip moving on to winners finals.
King Bean Dip said in chat, dude, like, how do I have 5 points?
And here's our band phase Goof again.
Inferno! Are we going to see Inferno skips? Yep.
Wait a second. Okay, so he threw away Bull's Roar, and King Bean banned Spice Mine Run again, and that's Inferno skips for a potential decider here. Goofbrush revealing that he's going with Mars Guo, and also does King Bean Dip. But yeah, that's a no-brainer pick here for a max upgrades Inferno skips. Goofbrush, the confidence. He says, let's do this. He wants to win it. He says, enough playing around. Enough with the stupid Mongaza ceilings and dozers. Let's take it to where things will really be heating up in the center of the volcano on Inferno. The last track of the game and potentially the last race of the match. And yeah, here you see how the skip goes. And not a lot of playtime here, as we have a 15-second or less lap time, when a lot of things can go wrong. I wonder if, yeah, kingbeandip gauging if he can do that extra skip there where you just completely pull a 360 while you ride the ceiling like you're a skateboarder grinding an edge there.
This is a blink and you'll miss it kind of run.
Oh man, nerves have got to be high.
Here we go.
And we're off into race 12 on Inferno skips, both getting the first hop over. And that's a 10-second lap for Goofbrush. Kingbeandip just slightly behind. Goof doesn't quite wait.
That count?
No. Kingbeandip rides Goof another death, and he's still on this side. Kingbeandip comes back over and takes it.
Race 13.
We are seeing a race 13. Let's go.
Here Kingbeandip expected to come out 7-0, and now we're at 7-6.
We're tied up 6-6 for a match point. Oh my God. And a race 13. Oh, I can't believe we've gotten to this point. Things fell apart for Goofbrush on Inferno skips after that lap not counting, and he couldn't bring things back together. Kingbeandip remaining consistent and taking the win. Oh my God. And it's Goofbrush's pick for race 13. He has no force points. He has no run backs. Where does he go?
He's out of picks. He's exhausted them completely.
Oh. Goofbrush suggests draw. Shall we just end it in a tie?
Here we go. Ferris Bro man. Kimmy said, I don't think that's an option.
Where does Goof go? For the ultimate decider here, Aqualaris Classic. Oh, there it is. The final race on Aqualaris Classic. One of the easiest tracks, especially for beginners, to study and learn the basics.
Most frequently played track in the tournament, too. Oh, Kingbeandip didn't know it, but he really did his bands well.
Yeah, Goofbrush expecting to see Spice Mine Run open in order to ban Abyss or Inferno. But yeah, he left those open, and we saw how they went for Kingbeandip. Both of those he was able to take. So yeah, we are back on Aqualaris for the final race and decider of this best of 13 match between Goofbrush and Kingbeandip.
Going all the way to race 13. One of only, I think, 6 ever.
Yeah, not often do you see a match go through the final race, but here we are. And you saw how those doors on Sunken City were a little tricky for Goofbrush. They took a death off him there.
Both ready for the final race by default.
The nerves have got to be high. It truly is a 50-50. I don't blame the predictions for having trouble deciding the winner of this match, because here we are. It's down to one race.
I didn't expect this to go up, particularly after Kingbeandip not doing much derusting either. So that really surprised me that it went all the way to 13 even more.
Exactly. Kingbeandip has not even played last month. He just installed the game last week and just started practicing this morning. But again, that was all within earshot of Goofbrush. So it could have just been mind games. We don't know.
I think this is the final start. Here we go.
All right. Getting our sync in here. Race 13. And it's dialed in. Both looking clean so far and incredibly close. The boost timings just differing slightly. Kingbeandip enters the figure 8 first, and he's going to stay right there as Goofbrush goes left. And here we see that diverging path choice.
Oh, I am so tense myself that I can imagine the players being tense even more.
Yeah, this is where we really need those heartbeat monitors on them to see just how bad things are. So the pod racing is not great for your blood pressure, folks.
Yeah. That message could probably be brought to you by the Rats Terrell Foundation.
All right, back into this uphill where we've seen some deaths, and it's the figure 8 that could be the decider. Oh, Goof taking a nasty bonk there. And King,
Oh my God! That looked like a tie almost.
Yeah, that looks, I mean, our sync is dialed in. They are incredibly close, just neck and neck all the way. Except for the different boost patterns. And it's into the back half of lap 3. Kingbeandip avoids, and Goofbrush avoids Clegg there. And here it is.
Oh my God.
And the decider of the match. What's it gonna be?
What is it?
I didn't see it.
I think Kingbeandip won.
It's Kingbeandip.
By just under a fifth of a second.
By a hair. 1600th. Oh my
Oh
God.
my God. I don't think anyone saw this coming, particularly with how Kingbeandip had so little time to derust.
What an incredible comeback. Early in the match, he was down 3. Goofbrush started off the match up 2 from Kingbeandip 0, and now here we are. Kingbeandip comes all the way back for a 7-6 win. Incredible stuff.
Kingbeandip advances into the winner's final. Goofbrush knocked into the loser's bracket, the facing Am.
Hello.
Hello.
Kingbeandip.
Congratulations on an incredible match.
I am so confused.
And welcome,
hi, Goof.
Goofbrush.
GG's.
Hello. GG.
Oh man, there's so much to say about this match, but that final race, how is your pulse right now? Do you need a second?
Me.
I'm okay.
I'm okay as well.
All right, incredibly level-headed. Well, both Draco and I were freaking out, and the chat as well. But I mean, I don't know where to start. There's just so much to talk about. You guys take it.
What was happened on Mount Gaza? Oh my goodness.
Um.
I did
Well-
not expect a skips pick there,
Yeah. Well.
especially
I
for
think-
3-lap.
Yeah. I think if you're gonna do the skip, then you may as well do 3-lap. Doing the flap would be like, I wouldn't be able to pick other creative things if I spent it all in one
Yeah.
place.
So you were talking about a MFG skip on Zaga?
Yeah. Yes, I was.
I can't
But-
believe you had that prepared either.
Yeah, and then you did whatever that was.
You took it from him without even knowing. That has to hurt.
I mean, it's one of my best tracks. It has been for like 3 years now,
Yeah.
even though I'm 3 seconds off the world record now.
My game plan was to leave Sugar open, so you would pick it, hopefully picking skips, and then, of course, but if you pick full track, then I was gonna salty run back, but I forgot I'd
But
already
you already
used
used
it.
that. That's rough.
Yeah. I really didn't think you would ban Spice Mine again, so I had that prepared as well.
Spice Mine is just not a track that I've ever gotten an extremely strong time on, and you have.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
What else was there? Oh, my AMR was so bad. I played Mars AMR so much. I have a 351, the 350.
wow. I didn't expect you to pick that one because
All right.
you don't have any times posted there, and you banned it during for first track.
Yeah, that was my.
That was just
Mind
to throw
game
me off.
I really wish I'd done better there. In the canyon, I hate this mistake where you try and release your boost, but it just doesn't release,
Right.
and it just messed me up so much.
Yeah.
But I did win that one, I think.
Yeah, you won by 2/10.
My SL no upgrade pick, that was like very consistent for me. And then a part that like I just never mess up. It was like, at the top of like the large hill before the downslope section.
Yeah.
I just messed up the movement there. Like I've never done that. It's so annoying.
And speaking of that record, you actually have a world record now for that King Bean Dip.
Yay! That's so amazing. Okay, it's not like it's bad or anything. It's just, that's where I'm getting world records these days on categories that nobody else runs.
Oh my god. My last world record too, and you finally beat it.
Oh no.
So you went the top path every time, I assume.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You got any-
I completely forgot about the other path until halfway through lap 2. And then I was like, well, I didn't have that prepped anyway, so.
Yeah, trying to go the bottom path without any prep was definitely very hard.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would go for it.
Uh-huh.
But you got a 226, which is like actually really good.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run.
I think my best is a 222 using the bottom path. So like a 226 is like was in the range that I thought I could get and still win, but apparently not. And then yeah, your Abyss pick was comical.
Oh, it was right after your MGS skips pick. So I'm like, well, now I have to do it.
M100, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was definitely the peak of the match there. Just we couldn't even believe when you scrolled over to Neva Key. We're like, he's actually doing it.
I know. And you revealed your Acer choice. I'm like, oh boy. It's actually happening. Yeah, I got a pretty good run there with Bulls too, but 6 seconds faster.
Should have prepped it, man. You should have known.
I should have probably picked Mars on Abyss, right? Just to make the backup easier. Because like
Probably.
with Bowls, the thing that was killing me was Bowls' like turn rate.
Yeah,
I would climb up and then I just wouldn't turn away from the wall.
he is so hard to do the backup with.
Yeah.
I've almost got the backup a couple times with him, but I've never actually completed it. I don't think.
Yeah.
At least
got the
no
back-
grades.
You got the backup once, Goofbrush, and then fill up right after that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, that was yeah. Oh man. I mean, it didn't matter at that point, but I mean, just to see that.
So did you like not fall down once? Nope.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I was really cautious.
What frame rate were you using?
I was on 60 because it's no upgrades.
Yeah, I thought the meta might be to lower it a bit for the first corner.
Well, probably, but in
Yeah.
a place like that.
Yeah, like balls in no upgrades is like annoying. Like I've used them a lot, but I just prefer to use Ben. That's why all my picks were with no upgrade Ben. Doing the game Draco.
Yeah, no upgrade Ben was a good pick. It definitely threw me off on Acalaris. And what was the other track that you did it on?
No upgrade. It was SL and
SL,
ABC.
yeah. Although I guess SL no upgrade Ben isn't particularly difficult though, unless you're in a drop down.
I just had so much confidence that I wouldn't die. So it's like going on the bottom path is just like guaranteed win if you don't die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you like my APC pick?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. I just assumed like doing those hairpins with no prep is just so difficult.
I mean, without the death, it's no upgrades, but you probably still would have won.
Yeah.
It was a pretty high heat death for me.
Right. I was wondering that because like you got like a 330.
330. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good actually. Oh yeah, I finally broke my curse on Executioner.
Yep. Nice.
Got that tourney record.
Yeah.
That was a crazy match. I didn't expect to win it.
So when you said that you hadn't practiced at all last month, just installed the game last week, and just started practicing this morning, that was all true?
Yeah.
Because I thought it could potentially have been like mind games just to throw Goof off.
Nope,
But
that was all true.
Great.
great.
Oh, it's a
I
testament to how
I would have done any better had I actually prepped. I don't know. Who knows?
it's a testament to how much you know this game well, kingbeandip, that you can kind of come back to you so quickly. You managed to.
It's definitely an advantage to have been around for a long time. You know, I joined the community like 3.5 years ago, so much of this stuff is just ingrained.
Yeah, that's true. kingbeandip, you've been with us since the 20th anniversary in 2019, and you've participated in every single tournament. So that's definitely something that's helping you. While goofbrush, this is your second, or your first main tournament, your second tournament after winning the amateur circuit, the winter tourney, which was amateur circuit, RTA, no upgrades.
Right.
I think in 2019, this is where I was kicked down to the losers bracket, and then I won.
And then you won, and then Mikey forfeited, giving you
he forfeited the rematch.
Yeah, the rematch. So depending on how the bracket goes, we could potentially see a rematch between you two.
Yep, that seems pretty likely.
Pretty hype.
Yep.
Hey, so don't ban Zugger? Question mark.
I was thinking, if we go again, what if you allow Grabfine and you pick your pod, and then I have to pick a different pod?
Okay. So, like, I'm Bullseye, you're Dud Bolt?
Leave a...
Okay. Okay.
It's just oh man. Everybody... And it's not like I feel like it's the best pick for me or anything. It's just everybody keeps banning it. I want to play it because it's just fun. Yeah,
If I
I
have
don't
the
even
time,
have
I'll-
a sub 410 there.
If I have the time, I'll go learn it, and then we can.
You don't have to or anything. It's just funny.
I would love to see a rematch between you guys, considering, I mean, seeing a race
Yeah, for sure.
13 and a best of 13, it made for an incredibly hyped match and a lot of really great highlights, a lot of unprecedented picks and skips and no upgrades. I mean, it just across the board, unprecedented. So great match, guys. Truly a GG. And
Well done.
yeah, well done
Thanks,
to both of you. And like we were saying, King Bean Dip, this means you move on into winners finals to face Domare.
Oh boy.
And you're
Well-
gonna face. And you're gonna face Goof, and Goof, you're gonna face Yam and losers.
Yam, yam, yam.
And then if you win, you'll face Metallica. And then if I lose, you'll face me again.
Yeah,
That seems pretty likely.
Yep.
it's definitely the climb out of losers.
Well, I have full faith in you, considering your performance today, and just the kind of picks you're throwing at people. I'm excited to see those matches. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for this match. So we'll see you guys in the next matches as the bracket closes, and we figure out who's going to be the fastest pod racer in the galaxy and the grand champion of the 2022 Galactic Pod Racing Tournament. So stay tuned as things get even more intense than this match. I don't know how you could beat this, honestly, but it'll happen. These guys deliver. So stick around, join the Discord, get updates on when tournament matches are happening, and we will see you guys in the next one, whenever it may be.
Good luck, everyone. May the force be with you.